Monday, everyone. We are back. We are back to another week, guys. Another week. I hope you guys are excited about this week. I hope you guys are ready for this week. As I always say, it doesn't matter what happened this weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend, a productive, a relaxing weekend. But if it was the opposite, what matters is what is your perspective. What is your perspective? So I hope you guys are excited about this week. No matter how you feel, feelings, listen, doing what needs to be done because it needs to get done. That's what this is about, guys. It's about delaying the gratification. Delaying the gratification. And you'll delay the gratification the more you value you. Meaning that you know that if I delay the gratification, this will benefit me. And the more you value you, the more you'll do things to benefit you. So I think I wanted to talk about today something that came to my mind right before I was going to sit down and record. Something came to my mind that it's almost like it had to be this way. Like if you look back at all the challenges that you've been through, all the challenges, you go back to as far as you can remember, even up to this morning, look at all these challenges, you can look back like, wow, so much. So much. The pains and the traumas and the teary nights and all of it. You can look back at it. Then, with the correct perspective, you can look back at what it prepared you for. Nothing is ever meant to be wasted. I'm going to talk to you guys right now. Listen, I know that life happens. I know. Listen, I come here, happy Monday. I work to be in this space. I put in the work, the inner and the outer work to be in this space, to take all those challenges, metabolize them correctly, and grow. You just wake up and the sky is blue. So what I'm saying to you is, I know that life happens. I know that life happens. But I also know that life happens for you. Happens for you. And the more you understand that, the more you dwell on that. And that's why I say doing the inner and the outer work. You're doing the inner work, the meditation, the reading, the affirmations, the visualizations. Because by doing that, you're reprogramming your mind, more specifically, your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind are the thoughts that you're not aware of. And 95% of our daily thoughts come from our subconscious mind. So when you're able to reprogram them, you reprogram your entire life. This should be taught in school. But the bottom line is that this year, this is what we're doing together. We're doing the inner and the outer work. We're eating healthy, going to the gym, going to bed on time. And again, it's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. And that's what we're doing, making progress. And you're only going to want to be around people who want to make progress. And I promise you, more than likely, when you start making progress, the people who aren't doing the things that they know they should may not like you doing it. They'll applaud you at first, but they may not like you doing it. Not because they don't like you, or not even because they don't love you. They may love you, but they may not applaud you because you doing what you're doing shines a light on what they're not doing, shine anyway. Have the courage to shine anyway. Listen, that extra mile, ain't nobody really on that extra mile. That extra mile, you're not going to see a lot of people on that road. And so there are some journeys that you're going to have to go alone. You'll be alone, but not lonely. You're going to have to leave people, places, things that you're used to. You won't have the appetite for it anymore. Matter of fact, they probably won't have the appetite for you either. Shine anyways. It had to be like this. The things that happened, I said this before with Joel Osteen. He had this one great sermon where he talked about baking cookies, and if you put the chocolate chips and the baking soda and the flour, the sugar, you mix them up together, add in the water, a little bit of oil, and then you eat the dough and it tastes good. But if you take those things separately by itself, some of it may not taste good. Yes, the chocolate chips taste good, but the baking soda, flour by itself doesn't taste good. What I'm saying to you is all those things that have happened to you brought you to this moment. We're having a conversation right now. You're sitting here listening to this, right? Listening to mindset and growing your mind. Like you're actually doing the inner and the outer work. You're making progress in your life. All those things brought you to this moment. Those painful situations opened up your eyes, forced you to make an adjustment to get to this moment. Nothing's wasted. Nothing's wasted. I know, you're like, oh, Dan, you don't understand what I went through. Nothing is wasted if you choose not to waste it. Your biggest challenge, trauma, is meant to be your biggest blessing. I've said this before, months, I think a year ago. I've said this before. I've talked about MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. This parent, she lost her daughter to a drunk driver. A drunk driver, I think her daughter was in high school, driving home, I don't know, maybe from a party. I'm not exactly sure what the details were, but a drunk driver killed her daughter. She was obviously distraught. Imagine that. And she took that trauma, that pain, and she created an organization that helped, I'm sure, millions of people not go through the exact same situation she went through. What I'm saying is what she did was metabolize her pain and get a reward for it. It doesn't mean the pain didn't happen. It means that you got a blessing from it and you shared that gift with the world. What I'm saying to is, I'm not saying that those things did not happen. What I'm saying is, listen, I've heard this quote or this saying, and it said that there's not much difference. The only difference between a superhero and a villain is how they dealt with their trauma. Meaning this, the superhero went through trauma and said, I'm going to do whatever it takes so people don't go through what I went through. The villain went through that exact same trauma and said, I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure people feel the exact same pain that I went through. So I'm asking you, who are you choosing to be? Now, of course, if you're watching this, I know who you are. and superpowers is your birthright. We have the ability, you have the ability to take whatever painful situation you've been through, metabolize it correctly, grow, and help others so they don't have to experience what you went through. I'm telling you, listen, this is what we're put here to do. We're put here to find our purpose and help others find theirs as well. And that is a life well lived. It's that pursuit that will bring you joy. That's what will bring you joy and peace and happiness. Not getting loads of money. I mean, yes, get all the money that's possible. I believe we need more people that have character, that have resources, because the amount of people that you can help with those resources, not just helping yourself and your family, but the world family. That's what we're put here to do. People are so, people always want to complain about what the government can do and what there should. Go get rich. You be the change that you want to see. But no, that means you have to do some work. And so many people, they don't even believe it's even possible for them. Listen, if you don't believe it's possible for you to fulfill your God-given purpose in its entirety, mind, body, soul, spirit, finances, relationships, listen, if the people who don't believe that, of course they're going to complain about something. Of course. They're going to complain about something, someone, a group, the government, the weather, when the only person that could change your situation is the person that you look at when you look in the mirror. So it was meant to be that way. Those challenges, those pains, they brought you to this moment, this understanding, and that's the beauty of pain. It's put there to get our attention, to say it's time to make an adjustment. Don't despise the pains, even whatever you're going through right now. Whatever you're going through right now, don't despise it. Yes, it hurts. And it's a challenge. There's no easy route in life, guys. Get a reward for all of it. As Eric Thomas says, get a reward. Don't let that challenge and that pain just beat you up. Fight back. And you fight back by setting your schedule. Doing the inner and the outer work to grow your self-value. Once you understand who you are, it will be impossible to feel down about you when you know who you are. And the moments where you do feel down, just go back to work, put gas back in the gas tank. Go back to work, remember who you are, do the inner work and the outer work to put gas back in the gas tank so you can consistently stay full. Guys, there is no easy route in life. However, life is a lot easier than we've been taught. Delay the gratification. And you'll delay the gratification when you realize, listen, if everyone knew that if I do this, life would be easy, everybody would do it. Everybody would do it. Once people realize that fulfilling their God-given purpose will allow them to get everything they've ever dreamed of, people will start fulfilling their God-given purpose. It was meant to happen that way. Everything that's happened was meant to happen the way it's happened to get your attention for this very moment, guys. Don't despise it. Make sure that as you look at that challenge and that pain, that you're focused on seeing where the beauty is in that ugly situation or in that painful situation. get a reward for everything that you've ever experienced. That's the gift. There are some gifts that you can only open with the correct perspective. All right, guys. So no matter what last week has brought, no matter what this week has brought, looking back over your life, even the past 15, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it is, guys, make sure that you get a reward for all of it. That is your birthright. You are not a victim. It's impossible for you to be a victim. You were born a victor, and as you do the inner and the outer work, you'll be able to realize it. That's why I say set your schedule. When you're going to do the inner and the outer work. If you don't go to work, you're not going to get paid. So if you don't do the inner and the outer work, you will not enjoy life. Just do the inner and the outer work like the quality of your life depends on it, because it does. We all want to be happy, but not everyone understands how to get there. I ask people all the time, what do you think the most important thing in the world is? Family. Some say, oh, my children, oh, money. How many people that you know that have their family, but they're miserable? How many people that you know that have money and they're miserable? Are in great shape, but miserable. If that was the only metric, purpose. Once you find purpose, you maximize every area of life. Mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, relationally. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of purpose. Everything. Everything is on the other side of purpose. Everything you were missing from growing up in childhood is on the other side of purpose. When you pursue that, like the quality of your life depends on it, everything changes. Everything changes. The people, places, and things that you're used to, they change. The purpose that brings happiness. It's the purpose that brings joy. And it's the progress over perfection that brings contentment on that journey. It's the progress towards such a beautiful goal that, listen, believing that you have it before you already have it, that's the way to have it. So it's the purpose, guys. But again, it's about progress over perfection, guys. So continue doing the inner and the outer work at compound interest. It looks beautiful on you guys, okay? Enjoy this incredible new week, guys. Keep going. Keep going. Keep growing. Well, this one is.